Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Imagineers Disney Podcast. I am your host, Matt, travel agent over at Travelmation, and I am joined by my co-host, Susie. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Matt. Man, I really got to come up with a better, you're the travel guru with blah, 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 and I'm here for the food.
Hey, remember, I'm trying to actively recruit you to come into the fold and become an agent, because you were going to be great. You would be great. I'm serious.
I really would love to. Anything more Disney that I can get into my life, I would like to do, but just got a lot going on right now. Got a lot coming up. Got a lot of vacations coming up to a certain magical place on Earth that someone is helping plan. So,
well, we are actually going to talk about what Susie is going to be doing here very, very soon in December. But Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party actually opens this week. So the first party is later on this week. It is fun. It is exciting. If you listened into our episode where we discussed the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, this is going to be very similar. We're going to give you some tips and tricks and information on how you can best experience the party this year. The Halloween party was great again, as always. I feel like this year there were more sellouts than previous years past. So I think that is a common theme that I've seen in both parks. I actually went down to Halloween Horror Nights over at Orlando. It's something that I do every year, and it is jam-packed pretty much every night. Stranger Things house. It's pretty awesome. So, but Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party starts November 8th and runs on select nights through December 21st.
I love Disney at Christmas time so much. I love it at fall, but I love Christmas in general. I mean, who doesn't? Like, what a Scrooge. But it's just, you gotta get down there. It's so cool.
Yeah, they'll have the Christmas decorations up every day. And some people ask that, are the Christmas decorations up just for the parties? The answer is no, because that would be impossible.
Could you imagine? Up and down with the wreaths, up and down with the lights.
And some people ask, is the party on Christmas Day? And the answer is no to that as well. So once again, the final night of the party is December 21st. So if you want to experience that, get to Walt Disney World before that date. So pricing actually starts at $99 for adults, $94 for children, and that does not include tax. So it's those prices plus tax. And the earlier you go to the party, the cheaper it's going to be. So for instance, December 18th and 20th, the tickets are $125 plus tax for adults and $120 plus tax for children. If you are a Disney pass holder, your discounts actually start at $94 plus tax and $89 plus tax for children. So that is the pass holder rate for select nights of the party.
Yeah, we found that out the hard way.
Yes, Susie wants to go the 7th.
It's a Friday. I get it. It's a Friday in December. I understand. So I'm going to be paying about with tax around $115 or so a ticket. But
I think
everything we're about to talk about on this list, I am more than hyped and excited and ready to just give someone my credit card so I can do this.
Well, let's get right down to the event highlights. So the party officially starts at 7 p.m. Guests can begin to enter the park at 4 p.m. So that is important to note. Just because it starts at 7 doesn't mean that you can't go in the park before then. Mm-hmm. If you do not have a regular ticket to the Magic Kingdom, you will be able to go into the park at 4 p.m. And the park officially closes at 6 p.m. That gives ample time for people who do not have tickets to the party to exit the park. And if you are thinking about trying to stay in the park and sneak your way into the party, good luck, because it ain't going to happen. The cast members are going to be looking for wristbands on your wrist that are given to the attendees of the party. This is how you will be able to get onto rides. This is how you will be able to enter certain areas. And if they catch you without a wristband, they will kindly ask you to move along to the turnstiles at the exit. So.
Bye. Whatever. Okay, so I get there. Let's say I get there around 4-ish. Party starts at 7. Like, what am I gonna do? I know a couple of the main highlights that like everybody knows about the Christmas party. Like, oh, there's special shows and there's snow, but there's always so much more than just like 2 or 3 of the marquee events. What else can I expect?
Well, just like the Halloween party, and I'd almost say even more so, I feel like there's even more things that this party offers to guests. So, I mean, it's almost impossible to experience it all in one night. So you have to prioritize what you want to do.
I'm going to try.
So, for instance,
save my power.
So let's talk a little bit about characters. So I know characters are usually a big thing, especially a few of them. There are going to be character meets all around the park, all in the different lands. You can meet Santa Claus on Main Street in the courtyard. You can meet Mickey Mouse in the Town Square Theater, of course. Then over in Adventureland, you have Aladdin, Abu, Jasmine, and Genie that alternate every 30 minutes.
Aww.
Right outside carpets of Aladdin. Jack Sparrow is across from Pirates of the Caribbean. Last year, Moana was there. She was near the Swiss Family Treehouse. So, with this list of characters, this was last year's characters. So, we're not saying that every one of these characters are going to be returning, but these are the ones that you can potentially expect to see when you are at the party.
Sure, but if Moana's not, I'm going to hold you personally responsible. Because now my hopes are like way up.
Peter Pan, the country bears roam in Frontierland, which is cool. Now, the big one, Jack Skellington as Sandy Claus is going to be at the gazebo where he is during the Halloween party. If you don't know where the gazebo is, it is between the Liberty Square Bridge and Ye Olde Christmas Shop. So as you're crossing over into Liberty Square, it'll be on your left. Just look for the really long line.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. I like the movie, but I'm not standing in line for hours.
It's just a rare character.
Of course.
It's a rare character. People love it.
Especially dressed up. Like, that's a different encounter than you're getting at the Halloween party.
Mm-hmm. The Seven Dwarfs are in Fantasyland along with other characters like Ariel and Prince Eric, Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, Belle, Pooh and Friends, and Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, and Donald, and Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck was there last year, so maybe he will be there again this year. So, and then I know it's your favorite, Mary Poppins and Bert.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so many princesses, but they're princes. That's a really special thing to get to meet them both together, but especially Mary and Bert. Okay, I am so stoked.
And they were in front of Mickey's PhilharMagic last year. So, and then last but not least, Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps were over in Tomorrowland. So be on the lookout for them. And who knows, maybe we'll be adding some different characters. At this point of recording, we have not gotten an official list, but like we said, just keep a lookout for these characters, and they will be on the official park maps for the party. So,
sweet.
Now, I know how much we talk about food here on the podcast, and we would be remiss if we did not mention all the wonderful snacks that are offered at this party. And so, and this... Choosing between Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is very tough. But this is a little mark in the corner for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. because they give you like free snacks. So
Okay, yeah. I'm down.
the
My favorite word.
the Halloween party has, candy, they hand out candy and stuff, but it just doesn't quite cut it when it comes to the cookies and things that they offer for the Christmas party. So you're going to find these free snacks in several locations around the park, in the different lands. Last year, once again, I emphasize that these were last year's snacks, and hopefully some of these will be returning for this year, but this just gives you an idea of what you can expect, what you can look forward to savor and enjoy. Over at Tortuga Tavern, they had a Snowman soft pretzel and Sno-Cone. Probably, this wasn't my favorite one, but if you like soft pretzels in the shape of snowmen, this is what you want. So.
I eat one every day. It's my go-to snack.
Over at Friar's Nook, they had a Dove chocolate little snack with sparkling apple cider. Over at Pete's Silly Sideshow, they had the Peppermint Crunch cookie and Nestle Nesquik. So a little fun for the kiddos, Nesquik. And then the Liberty Square ticket office area. I loved it. I loved it because I'm a big eggnog fan. They had ginger molasses cookie and eggnog.
Whatever floats your boat.
Not an eggnog fan, huh?
Not an eggnog fan. No.
Well,
but the ginger molasses cookie sounds good if they have something like that or something similar.
Well, how about something a little bit more traditional? How about a snickerdoodle cookie with hot chocolate?
Now that sounds like Christmas. Now that's what I call Christmas.
And that was over at Cosmic Rays. And then over by Auntie Gravity's Galactic Goodies, you had your Santa Claus cookie and Sno-Cone.
And those are all
free. Free.
Is there like a puncher? Like you're limited to which ones you can have, how many you can have?
You can go back as many times as you want.
Okay, that's exactly what I needed to hear in my life right now.
It's very important that you pace yourself, though. Don't overdo it, because there are other things too. Now these cost a little bit more money. Like these actually cost money to buy, but so last year they had a cinnamon roll and peppermint cupcake at the Main Street Bakery, and these were actually both available during the day and during the party. So.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's nice. They had a peppermint ice cream sundae, also available during the day and during the party at the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. Now, strictly for the party, they had a white chocolate raspberry Yule log at the Main Street Bakery. They had a chocolate mousse Yule log at Pecos Bill's. And then if you were gluten-free, they had a Bell cupcake at Gaston's Tavern. And then we also go back to the whole Sleepy Hollow Liberty Square, where we will find the Sandy Claus cake push pop and red velvet Mickey waffles.
Stop it.
Red velvet Mickey waffles.
All right, forget the free food. I'm just gonna go. I'll load up on that. I won't even pace myself. I love red velvet. Ugh.
It's pretty great. Even better in a waffle. So
everything is.
So something new for this year, if you're looking for some dining options, Tony's Town Square is going to be hosting Tony's Most Merriest Town Square Party. So this is a separate reservation. This is a separate ticketed item. It's almost like you would be doing a dessert party for the fireworks. This takes place at Tony's beginning at 9:30 p.m. You can go into Tony's restaurant and you will be served hors d'oeuvres. And some of these will be meatballs. They have hand-tossed mini pizzas, pumpkin tartlets, Yule logs, and several other items. There will also be complimentary beer, wine, and non-alcoholic beverages. So it's very much like a dessert party, but almost with more savory hors d'oeuvre-ish dishes. And when you purchase this, you also get reserve seating for the second parade of the evening, which is at 11 o'clock p.m. And guests can also stay later in the park until 12:30 a.m. to experience it. So it's a little perk.
After the Christmas party ends.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Because the main event actually ends at midnight, except for the people who have reservations to this party. Reservations open to the public on October 30th, so I'm sure that they are going fast. So if you're interested in doing this, give me an email, and we'll be happy to start looking at some options for you. The price is going to be $99 per person plus tax. So it is a little bit more expensive than a dessert party, and this does not include your party admission. You have to have admission to the party on top of this to go to the party.
Okay. Good to know.
As far as merchandise goes for this year, they're going to have special pins, t-shirts, magic bands like they always do. And they have a brand new Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card. I know how excited you were about the Halloween one, Susie.
Oh, yes. Woohoo.
With the orange bird. You liked it, though. You liked the design.
Objectively, yes, I did.
I love the design for this year, and we'll put the photo of it in the show notes. But it is a Tiki Room themed card for this year, and it has 4 of the birds in the show, and it says 4 cawing birds.
Okay. That's cute. I like it.
Like the 12.
Yeah, 4 calling birds, Okay. Very well done, guys.
I applaud them.
I always like a good pun. I like bad puns, to be quite honest with you. But that's a good one.
That was a good one. Okay, moving on to the main events. The shows. The entertainment for the evening. So, the Halloween party offers 3 shows. You have the parade, you have the stage show, then you have the Happy Hallowishes. There are even more things to take part in for the Christmas party. And it all begins with a Frozen holiday wish.
Okay. You don't need to roll your eyes. Everyone got so mad a couple years ago when Elsa lit up the castle, and I'm like, guys, she's literally an ice queen.
But
this is the most logical character to do it.
But it's not her castle. Just saying.
Okay, well, Cinderella doesn't have any powers, so what are we she look at her pick up her shoe and use it to flip the switch to light up the castle. Okay, whatever. I like Frozen. I think it got way overhyped, but I will defend it here because it just makes sense. It's called Frozen, and this is the closest to winter snow that we're gonna get in Florida. Our little light bulbs on the castle. So let us have this.
I'm partially kidding, of course. Yes, I think it is overdone, but it is a 10-minute show, and this happens twice. So at 6:15 and 8:15 on the castle stage, they will have this kind of opening event for the evening where Elsa and Anna and Olaf and Kristoff. It's Kristoff, right?
Mm-hmm. All the offs,
yes. Will do this opening show, and Elsa will wave her hands and magically transform the castle into an icicle adorned thing.
Whatever
you want to call it.
She's got ice powers.
It's very pretty though.
The
icicles are very nice. So yeah, I do love the way that the castle looks during the holidays.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Then you have Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, and there will be 4 showtimes for this. 7:40, 9:25, 10:30, and 11:55. So on this show, once again, it is on the castle stage. And Mickey and several of his friends, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, they will take part in the show. There will be lots of Christmas songs, both contemporary and classic. So there's going to be dancing, choreography. It's really fun. And there is one, I don't want to spoil too much for everyone, but there's one moment in the show where Clarabelle, the beloved cow that everyone loves,
that everyone is like, who?
What? Comes out and sings All I Want for Christmas Is You, and it is gloriously terrible.
Oh, great. I can't wait then.
It's amazing. So
that sounds cute.
I laughed pretty hard. Anyway, but yeah, it is a wonderful show, but it's also very popular. And like most things on the show lists, you want to be there pretty early if you want to see one of the first showings. So, I mean, we're talking an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours in some instances, depending on the night and how crowded it is, to see these shows and get a good spot, especially for the shows on the castle stage. Another tip and trick is to go at one of the later showings. So the 7:40 show and probably the 9:25 show are going to be the busiest, and then it will progressively get a little less busy, and by 11:55 p.m. when that last show happens, there won't be as many people gathered around to see the last show. So if you want to get a close spot and not spend as much time waiting for the show to start to get a good spot, that last showing is a good option. Then we have Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, which happens twice, 8:30 and 11 o'clock. And once again, if you want a good spot for this parade, get there early. That 8:30 p.m. one is going to be the most crowded. The 11 o'clock one, not so much. But there'll be plenty of viewing areas around Main Street and Frontierland for the parade. So these are all going to be Christmas-themed floats. You're going to have, like there's a Frozen float. They had a Wreck-It Ralph float last year. Toy Story. Then you have classic characters like Snow White, Cinderella, Mickey and Minnie, of course. And then along with the floats, they are going to have additional cast members that are going to be in different costumes that are kind of going before and after and in between each floats. And some of them are actually really cool. So like there's like ones that are like skiing down down Main Street. One of the really popular ones is the group of toy soldiers. So they're like oversized. Yeah, and it's really cool. And then of course, to end the parade, you're going to have Santa Claus.
Sweet.
So he ends the parade. So get a good look of Santa, and yeah, it's a fun parade. And we cannot forget about this. We cannot forget about this. During the Christmas party, throughout the evening, quote unquote, snow will be falling on Main Street.
Is this like Osborne Family Lights Christmas snow?
So okay. It's like that kind of the
R.I.P.
soap suddy type snow effect. Yeah. But
it looks cute. It looks so cool.
It's fun. It's fun. It looks great in pictures as well. So, get your faux snow in the Magic Kingdom.
Faux show. I'll get my faux snow. Okay, moving on. Next event. Remember I like bad puns?
And then the last big one, the last big show, and it only happens once.
Yikes.
It is the Holiday Wishes Celebrate the Spirit of the Season fireworks show. It happens at 10 o'clock. So because fireworks are very expensive, this is only going to be taking place once in the evening. But it is a great show. So it, unlike Happily Ever After, it is not necessarily projection oriented. Like the focus isn't on that. There are some projections on the castle, some small ones. but the focus is really going to be on the fireworks set to the music. This show is also one of the few times during the year where they do perimeter fireworks. So, yes.
Where do you recommend sitting then? Because I'm looking at this schedule and I'm like, oh, the 11 o'clock Christmas parade would probably be our best option. And if we're already in a good spot on Main Street for the holiday wishes, then we can just stay there through 11 o'clock. So are we going to miss anything by being on Main Street with the buildings around us?
I think the spot that I recommend specifically for this party is going to be right at Casey's and maybe a little forward than that.
Okay.
So in that area.
Well, that's still probably a good spot that we can be on Main Street, maybe a little further in and get some snow to still be able to look out and see perimeter fireworks everywhere.
So now for those of you who don't know what perimeter fireworks are, so typically the fireworks for the Magic Kingdom fireworks shows launch behind Cinderella's castle. And for these specific shows during the Halloween party, during the Christmas party, for New Year's and July 4th, they launch them at basically 180 degrees. So you're basically kind of surrounded by fireworks. They launch them from the far ends of the park property. And a little tip, if you are actually down at Walt Disney World during this time and there's a party going on in the evening but you do not have tickets to it, go camp out on the beach at Polynesian or Grand Floridian, and you can actually get a really, really good view of those perimeter fireworks. So
very cool.
So those were like the big dogs, the big things. There are kind of some other options, some smaller shows that you can go to that are just as good, especially if you have little ones. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a totally Tomorrowland Christmas. And this happens over in, you guessed it, Tomorrowland, over at the stage over there. And this show actually happens 5 times in the evening. 7:45, 8:35, 9:25, 10:45, and 11:35. And it's about a 20-minute show. It's like 19 minutes. And what this show revolves around is Stitch trying to find Santa Claus. Like locating him. There's music, there's dancing, and they're going to have characters like Mike Wazowski and Buzz Lightyear. They take a big part in the show. And this is really great for kids. So there's lots of fun jokes. They'd be able to get it. And it's just really fun. So that is a great option for families. And then also at that stage, kind of a rotating show, they have voice play. So, Susie, I know you've never been to this party. This is going to be your first party. But it is an a cappella group. And they sing Christmas songs. And they're really good. Like, it is a great ensemble. And great sound. And if you like Christmas music, but kind of more like pop, kind of modern type stuff, they do really good too. So,
well, that just sounds fun in general.
So they'll be performing, rotating in and out based on that totally Tomorrowland Christmas schedule and kind of going in between those shows. So
Great.
Maybe try to catch both of them at the same time.
Totally. Okay. Whatever.
Also in that area, over at Cosmic Rays, is going to be Club Tinsel. So Sunny Eclipse has taken the night off. Thank God.
Oh my goodness. Leave him alone.
And has been replaced by a real DJ.
Real is okay.
And there's a little dance party. So once again, a really great thing for kids. If you, for some reason, want to go into Starlight Rays to eat something.
Well, yeah, I'll go get the snickerdoodle and then
that's right. Yeah, the snacks.
Watch the dancing elves, reindeer, and polar bear.
Yes.
As one does.
Yep. So there are dancing elves and polar bears and reindeer to be there with your kids and have a good time. But super fun. And then there is also the Reindeer Wranglers. And so, once again, we're comparing a lot of things to the Halloween party because some of the stuff is pretty similar. This is not the Dapper Dans. This is another singing group, musical group. They're more of a bluegrass band, so they're going to have instruments like an acoustic guitar, this guy with a banjo.
And who joins sometimes?
Sometimes the Country Bears will be roaming around. So,
you guys, the Country Bears are so much fun.
Oh,
they are just
lips.
They are just so ridiculous and silly and goofy and old school Disney. I always love seeing them out dancing with people in Frontierland, so I definitely want to check this out too.
So they'll be playing some fun Christmas tunes and some unique themed tunes for the party. And they're super fun. They tell jokes, and it's very much like the Dapper Dan. So they're a fun group to go see, and it makes it even better when the bears are roaming around. So, but I think those are all the big events and shows that you can take part in. If you were interested in doing attractions, a lot of the attractions are going to be open. The official list isn't quite out yet. I'm sure it will be by the time this podcast release. But just keep in mind that there may be just a few of them that are going to be closed. But typically you see, the big rides like Pirates, the Jingle Cruise.
Must.
I hope they bring that back this year, the Jingle Cruise. It is a Christmas layover of the Jungle Cruise. So, lots of fun. Space Mountain, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. The big ones are going to be open, and the smaller ones too. Little Mermaid, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
This is a different type of event. I'm assuming there are no fast passes available.
That is correct.
Available during this time, since it's not connected to your My Disney experience.
Right. They do not have fast passes for these events. So that is very important to remember, because you almost really don't need them. The lines are going to be so short, you can almost walk onto anything that you want. Typically, and if there is a line, it's only just a few minutes wait. But I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it, especially since you're paying so much money to do a party like this, and there's so much other stuff to do.
Miss out on that stuff for something that you could do during the day or literally any other day during the year. Right.
So with that being said, let's move into some last minute tips and kind of piggybacking off that thought. Arrive as early as possible to the party. So try to get there right at 4, and then you can just go ride some rides. If you want to ride some rides, you can get in and do some of those early and before the party starts, and just kind of get that out of the way. Once again, we emphasize prioritize what you want to do. If characters are important to you, get in line early for the character. Like we said, Jack as Sandy Claus is going to be a super popular one. He's always popular. Sometimes the line is anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to see him.
Goodness.
It's insane. So if that is important to you, I would actually almost go into the park at 4 and be in line no later than 5 and just wait for that to take place, because nothing in the party actually starts until 7 o'clock. There's no official event that takes place until 7. So waiting in line 2 hours then is different than waiting in line 2 hours later during the party, because when you do it earlier, you're not missing anything.
Right.
So prioritize, very important. The same thing applies for all the fireworks shows and the parades. There's only one fireworks show, so just be aware of that. Some people for the fireworks wait upwards of 2 hours prior to find the best spots. We have given you what I think is the best spot for this particular show, right in front of Casey's. So kind of camp out your spot if that is important to you. And yeah, I think those are our tips, Susie. So
yeah, I'm a sponge. I'm soaking it in. I'm trying to sit here and do math. Like, okay, if I want to watch this show at the show and this time at this time, then I need to get here at this time. And then I can double up on my location. It's a lot of planning.
It's a lot of planning. It's a lot to take in, and that is why I'm here for you. So if you are looking for a Walt Disney World vacation, and if you are going to the parks and you want to purchase a ticket for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, I am more than happy to help you with that. Once again, my email is matt@travelmation.net. Shoot me an email of when you would like to go, what dates you would like to go to the party, and I'll be happy to set you up with tickets for that and answer any questions you may have about the party. And that goes for anyone. If you have any questions regarding today's episode, shoot us an email, shoot us the question on Facebook. We are on social media on Facebook, the Imagineers Disney Podcast. Just search us in the search bar and you'll find us and it'll pop up for you. We are also on Twitter. And then if you are not a subscriber to the podcast, we encourage you to do so. Keep up to date with all of our episodes. Get those automatic downloads. And we would love for you to rate the podcast while you're there. Give us a 5-star if you love the show. We hope you do. We enjoy doing it for you every week. And we look forward to coming back next week with another exciting episode. We're going to be keeping on the Christmas theme and doing some stuff in Epcot. So, until then, remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.